Hello, I am the Dark Master, and today I want to welcome you to a video I hope will be educational. This is about the upcoming 2019 Mississippi gubernatorial election. Now, I originally intended to do a video similar to this on the 2018 United States Senate special election in Mississippi, but I didn't finish it in time. But I might make a look back video on it, though really I don't intend to. In any case, this video will be discussing the candidates, their positions, and in the end, my opinions on each. Let's start with the Republican Party. Without the incumbent, the primary elections are going to be much more interesting and fair. Currently, there are three declared candidates in the Republican Party: Robert Foster, Tate Reeves, and William L. Waller Jr. Let's start with the first one, Robert Foster. Born on April 8th, 1983, Robert Foster received his degree from the University of Mississippi in 2005 and has worked previously on his family agro-tourism business, Cedar Hill Farms, located in Love, Mississippi, before serving 2 years in the State House. He considers this short time a good thing because the political system, in his own words, will grind you down. And I do agree. It's good to have some fresh blood in it every so often. On policies, Robert Foster supports expanding Medicaid coverage in Mississippi via innovation waivers that require participants to contribute a monthly fee to receive coverage. If you dislike that, he might not be for you. On abortion, he has a very nuanced opinion on it. He disagrees and is against abortion after the fetal heartbeat is detected, but before that is perfectly cool with it. Because of this nuanced position on such matters, he will be hated by the pro-life and pro-abortion groups. Now, look, honestly, his nuanced opinion is the best opinion in my opinion, but whatever. I guess you'll just hate him regardless. The second declared candidate is Tate Reeves, the current lieutenant governor of Mississippi. As a much more experienced politician, his policy standards are more well known. He supports Trump, which is a good thing or bad thing on your opinion. Reeves supports strengthening Mississippi education and values, as well as job creation and transparent government, which I think we can all agree we need more transparent government. He is supported by the NRA, which is another con to those who think they're this evil organization, when they're really just another interest group, no better than or no worse than any of them. Tate Reeves being the Republican choice, and would, I honestly believe, easily win the election of the primaries if it wasn't for this third challenger. This challenger is William L. Waller Jr., former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Mississippi, and just has enough clout to challenge Tate. Waller Jr. here is primarily focused on addressing Mississippi's needs, going as far to describe the state of the roads and bridges is the equivalent to your house being on fire, which, even though I'm from the state, I don't live there anymore, I can agree on that criticism. Unlike Reeves, however, he does not support tax increases, which will give him an edge up in attracting Republican voters. Another advantage is his ability to draw votes from Democrats and independents, something Tate Reeves is not great at. The Democratic Party is way wider, with far more participants. with a total of 7 declared candidates. These are Michael Brown, not that one! William Bond Compton, Jim Hood, Robert Ray, Robert Schuler Smith, Gregory Wash, Philip West, Felicia Williams, and Albert Wilson. Let's start with the big two, Jim Hood and Robert Schuler Smith. Jim Hood is a lawyer and the 39th Attorney General of Mississippi. While as a lawyer you might not think he's particularly trustworthy, but he did get Edgar Ray Killen arrested in 2005 for orchestrating the 1964 murders of three civil rights activists in the Freedom Summer, which I think is technically past the statute of limitations, but he's a Klansman, so who cares, right? Anyway, so he will get some support, especially from those who like that. Jim Hood has quite a knack for picking up independent voters, which has allowed him to become the sole statewide office holder in Mississippi to be a Democrat. He appeals to the least among society, which, as he puts it, he also has the right stance on God and guns. With this popularity, there has also been several controversies, such as this illicit cooperation with the Motion Picture Association of America and copyright infringement. The second big shot is Robert Schuler Smith, who has served as Attorney General since 2001 and prior to 2015 was the only Democratic statewide office holder in the southern United States. His policy priorities include raising the minimum wage and expanding healthcare access. Despite this, his reasons for running are less than neutral. Firstly, he has been brought to trial 3 times from 2016 to 2018 by Jim Hood in what he has declared a modern-day lynching, which, might be a bit harsh wording, and this might cost Hood some black voters, but he will likely just ignore the claim because Jim Hoods and Democrats just love to ignore anything bad about their party. It's always the Republicans or the racist ones, right? The next Democratic candidate is Michael Brown. No, not that one. But seriously though, there's nothing about this guy out there. I researched him and I could barely find one picture of him. Same for the others. Compton, Ray, Wash, West, Williams, Wilson. None of these people have any more than names and former offices to them. Compton was a former candidate for governor in 2011 and 2007, and for U.S. Senate in 2014. West was the mayor of Natchez, and Williams was a former member of the Jackson community, as well as a U.S. Army officer. Albert Wilson is also a businessman and a community organizer, for all that's worth. Since I've gone over all the candidates, what's my thoughts so far? Well, as a third-party person, I'm not really biased towards or against either of these parties. Of the Republicans, Foster I agree with the most, and honestly, of all the candidates, I like him the most. But he probably won't win. I encourage everyone to vote for him because I think he's the best person compared to Tate Reeves and William L. Walter Jr., but, those two have the experience and name recognition that will probably win. Now, out of those two, I think it's really too soon to tell, and I can't predict who will win. Tate Reeves and William L. Walter Jr. are just, I feel like they're evenly matched. It really comes down to the voting. Among the Democrats, it's more murky mess. The most famous one, Jim Hood, has his name associated with lynching. So, it could. I don't really think you can get worse than that when it comes to your tarnishing your reputation. So, you might be asking, who am I voting for? Well, I'm most favorable to Robert Foster, but again, not because I'm a Republican, just because he agrees with me the most out of all these candidates. It's really going to be interesting to see who wins, and I will do an update video to this when we get the general election. And anyway, That's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, favorite, and subscribe for more videos like this and other stuff.